What's happening? IGTV, Insta fam, crypto fam, everyone around the globe who is watching. I've just been doing some Hyperledger research, just having a little dig, seeing what I can find, seeing what pieces of what I can put together. And I came across this cheeky little interview with Amber Baldet. 27th of April 2017. She's no longer with JP Morgan. She has, since I found out, started her own cryptocurrency or decentralized network. Decentralized networks growing together. And she's the co-founder of it with another ex-JP Morgan employee. Very interesting if you want to take a look at that. For now, I'm not. I'll stick to this video from 2017, where basically she goes on into saying JP Morgan is a big supporter of open source software and was thrilled to see a community coming together around open source standards setting for blockchain. They've been in bed for years. Try to say this now, like we need to embed it in people's head, especially when FUD comes out. Recent days shenanigans of all the naysayers and all the trolls and the FUDsters, and even let's just move on with some of this exciting content here. Pay attention to the back end of the video and what she says about more complicated assets and needing more sophisticated and maybe intelligent, can't remember it word for word, but smart contracts and more intelligent DLT and blockchain technology, basically without saying it on the back end, for trading more complicated assets or different assets. When you're saying like you're going to be able to trade absolutely anything over Hyperledger and ILP and anyone else who jumps on it, and it's unbelievable. The biggest consortium in the world, all coming together. JP Morgan were a premier member, and here's some information from 2017 from Amber Baldet, and I'll let her say it.
Hi, my name is Amber Baldet, and I'm the program lead for JP Morgan's Blockchain Center of Excellence. JP Morgan is a big supporter of open source software, and we were thrilled to see that a community was coming together around open source standard setting for blockchain and distributed ledger technology. So we were excited to get engaged early on, and we were one of the premier founding members of Hyperledger. So this year we helped lead the Hyperledger white paper working group, and we also announced our work on Quorum, a privacy-preserving version of Ethereum, via the Hyperledger Technical Steering Committee in September. So going into 2017, we look forward to seeing how that work can be additive to the overall Hyperledger community. Blockchain technology is potentially transformative to the entirety of the financial services industry. And as the largest investment bank in the world, JP Morgan is committed to shaping the future of the technology. The Hyperledger project allows us to understand the challenges, not just within finance, but across industry, to develop solutions and drive adoption of the technology across the globe. One of the interesting things in learning about cryptocurrency was about transfer of value. But within the larger financial services industry, a lot of what we do is to trade debt or the absence of value. So we've been doing a lot of work understanding use cases of how we can trade more interesting instruments, and that really requires us to use more complicated or complex sort of smart contracting languages or blockchain technology to facilitate more complex asset transfer. Trying to guess how blockchain technology is going to affect us in the next 20 years is kind of like standing in 1995 and trying to imagine mobile banking technology. It's really too early to tell, and I'm sure that the ultimate applications are things that we can't even imagine right now. So really what we're working on is understanding the core foundational principles that will drive the technology forward, especially the security and the concept of value itself, and then positioning ourselves to be flexible and future forward in how we design solutions to meet those needs. It requires us to use more complicated or complex sort of smart contracting languages or blockchain technology to facilitate more complex asset transfer. Trying to guess how block really requires us to use more complicated or complex sort of smart contracting languages or blockchain technology to facilitate more complex asset transfer. Trying to get,
Say
and
it
that really
again.
requires us to use more complicated or complex sort of smart contracting languages or blockchain technology to facilitate more complex asset transfer.
Say it again.
That really requires us to use more complicated or complex sort of smart contracting languages or blockchain technology to facilitate more complex asset transfer. Technology across the globe. One of the interesting develop solutions and drive adoption of the technology across the globe. One of the interesting things allows us to understand the challenges, not just within finance, but across industry, to develop solutions and drive adoption of the technology across the globe. One of the
drive adoption of technology across the globe. To drive adoption of technology. So they spend 2 years working with Hyperledger, in bed with Hyperledger, the 200, 300 and God knows how many it is by now, institutions and corporations all in bed with it. And one of the main aspects of all these people coming together is they say enterprise level all the time. We're looking at enterprise level, but it's not enterprise level. It's every level. Every level.
Smart contracting languages or blockchain technology.
And the smart contracting languages like
asset transfer.
More complex asset
really requires us to use more complicated or complex sort of smart contracting languages or
smart contracting languages, like Chris Larsen says, one of the most important parts of ILP and DLT and interoperability and it making it work is the smart contracts. He goes as far as to say as the smart contracts are basically the robots going around the port, making it all work. Interledger protocol and the XRP ledgers, basically your shipping container, the technology breakthrough. And the smart contracts are the robots in the port. What are the robots in the port doing?
Blockchain technology to facilitate more complex asset transfer.
Facilitating a more complex asset transfer. So JPM, with your nice little network within in your own little network, pinging your own coin about and then burning it for fun, well done. But when it comes to a more
and that really requires
smart
us to
contracts,
use more complicated or complex sort of smart contracting
more complex
languages
tech,
or blockchain
internetworking,
technology to facilitate
interoperability,
more complex asset transfer.
It's all about Hyperledger, Interledger protocol, and the consortium coming together to form interoperability. I can't wait to see which bank or member is next now. I honestly can't. I think it's actually to push global adoption, drive global adoption, did she say? Quote her on that. I think that's all it is. They chose the time and are like, right, boom, this is what we're doing for now. And it's snowball effect now to drive adoption. It's going to push or help push cryptocurrencies a little bit more into the mainstream. We'll see how MSM reacts to it and that over the next couple of months and when we get SBI's order book. But guys, it's time to get excited. Have a good weekend. Bedtime for me soon. Peace out.